back to do a reading for this strong period of January the 6th through the 12th. We're going to be taking a real quick look at what might be staying and what is going away. We have a lunar eclipse happening during the full moon this Friday the 10th. And I'm hearing for some of you all, you might want to look and see what house is being affected by this in your own birth charts. You might want to pull up a free reading anywhere on the web that does them and take a look at what house is being affected, because this new ear thing, the you thing, keys are in the tones of what was never pulled through the halo, where the moon was ever removed from the other side of the container of, that body that you've been surveying, because the eye had to go all the way around to see itself clearly. And that's what this year is about. So we begin with an eclipse to help us see that here in the sign of Cancer. And over the course of this new ear thing, you will be hearing differently about what is being sired inside of that energy, because some of us are birthing from the inner state. Some things are going to stay, other things are going to go. What you might want to look at is the spread between Cancer 8 degrees and Cancer 20 degrees. I'll leave a link below for those of you that like to follow in the reading with me that's recommended, and also look forward to seeing you if you all would like to meet me again this Friday for a little bit of a reading on this ear thing that we're hearing differently inside of the one strong incept ion beginning for the new Cam era. It's a little more like a Barbie zone, okay? Catch you on the inside of your reading. And if you need a reading of your own, something with just your energy, here's the plug. Information's below. Hit me up and we'll take a look at some of the things you really need to know that nobody's really telling you about, that thing that's going on between the ears that weren't attached to that ceiling, and that's where the sage goes. See you on the inside of your reading. Leo Tardin. What's up, Leo? It's so good to have you here. I don't know what's going on here. I just started my intro with you all. For some reason, saying Cancer. Maybe you're dealing with Cancer. I don't know. Maybe it's just Jacob having a Jacob day. I'm not sure, but since I said it, I'm just going to mention that there. Maybe you have Cancer somewhere in your chart or dealing with a Cancer. Maybe not. But Leo, a lot of changes happening, especially with the influence of the Cancer full moons that begin and end this 2020 new year thing. So we're also having that eclipse on Friday the 10th. So for a lot of us, things are being cut, but it's like something new happening for many of us too. And if it hasn't really happened, or it doesn't seem like it's like right now, it's like whatever is being illuminated is gonna play a huge role in how that is determined. And where that affects you is probably gonna have a lot to do with wherever you've got strong influences in Cancer right now, whatever house is what I'm hearing. And for some of you all, it's going to be a theme that comes back at least once or twice this year in a big way, is what I'm hearing specifically for you, Leo. What's showing up with the Shadowscape stack looking up at me here is the King of Pentacles. And some of you all, that might be either you or another influence in your life right now. I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like a spouse or a relative whose sun, moon, or rising might be in one of the earth signs. I really hear Taurus loud on this one, but could be Capricorn or Virgo as well. And right when I put that down, I don't know if there's some sort of shakeup, but a couple of cards wanted to reveal themselves here. That's the Tower there. And that is definitely a big shakeup. Yeah, I don't know. I just heard Cancer reading. You might want to check the Cancer reading. They did have some kind of shakeup showing up for some of them, and I'm hearing it might be third party to you, but it was around someone's house. I don't know if somebody had an expensive house fire or if something's going on with that, but I'm hearing about like force majeure clause. It could be the roof, but topics of concern. I'm hearing father's house. Some things may be coming up around that. Let's see what your actual card shows here, Leo. So, we've got the Five of Cups. I'm hearing whatever it was, you didn't want to let go. And it's like the energy was already helping pull itself through. I'm hearing for some of you, this is about someone that you had to say goodbye to. You might have lost a friend, a family member, a loved one. Could have been a child. I'm sorry if that's the case. For some of you all, that might be your companion animal. That might be your child. For many of us, that's how we experience that. And so I'm just hearing, this might be a healing time for some of you all. It's like reconnecting to your roots a little bit, or a desire to. And I'm hearing it might be difficult if somebody's overseas from you, or like if your father figure is what I'm hearing about. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I've seen plenty of women show up as the King of Pentacles in their lives too, but I'm hearing specifically for somebody, it's like missing dad, and it's like wishing you could be with dad, and that might be like more consuming right now. Okay, let's see what's on their card. So we've got the Nine of Cups. I'm hearing whatever they have been like working on, it's sort of like truth time. They're saying it's like they were going against the grain is what I'm hearing. It's like whatever they were doing, it's like it's not ordinary. Even if they were like around a bunch of people that, maybe it was a certain kind of ordinary for that whole school of fish. But see, then this guy here, boom, jumping out, that's a merman, or a mermaid. And not just, any old fish. People say there's plenty of fish in the sea. This is like the one that, what are you talking about? The sea exists for you, right? I'm hearing they might have been doing something like that. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like news about their health or something that's worrying you. It's like you're like wondering if you're going to have to put them down like that. And I don't know if it's something father said or if it's like what happened to dad. But I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like, if you are not in a relationship with this person, I'm hearing that it's like the distance between you has so like consumed you that it's like now you're like, I don't even care what it is. We could die tomorrow, but if you're not here with me, none of this is really worth anything. And I feel like somebody's having to let go of a part of their life with that. It's like how you choose to live another day by letting a part of your ego be surrendered in such a loving way, where it's more about what is probably to some people considered too precious. Some people might say, oh, you're being too precious about this. And I'm hearing, you might have heard that a lot, especially if you're on this side here. I'm hearing for this person, though, that's like what they get about you. And I'm hearing that the reason why they're like the mermaid and the merman and why like the whole school of fish is like, wow, like whatever the ordinary stuff was that they can't be compared to. It's like they're the dream come true. There's like a wish happening, and it's because they were that precious with whatever this one detail is. And I'm hearing that might be why you're able to part with whatever this one thing is. It's like, it's just an idea, and it's like, darling, here's where the attachment to that is, and all it is the attachment that you're letting go. And then it's nothing else. And then that way, it's like, there's no ego attachment, those particles are removed, and that's like literally how, in the new way, to create where 8 were never hurts in a sound cloud, where the sky thing was the limit, and we were creating a new you thing from the ear thing that we could hear and send light energy through with nothing being obfuscated, what was possible? Should we be that precious? I think we are. And so for some of you all, this is like how this energy crowns itself in a safe way, and where it's like a new design. And for some of you all, it's like the only way to put a love down, especially if it's like something you're not even sure is yours yet that you have to get rid of, is what I'm hearing. I don't know what that is, but it's a little defeatist. And for some of you, I'm going to investigate some more when I flip this card, and we're going to just pull some energy out of the sound there in case there's anything that needs to be squashed. So we're tuning resonances here on the board next to me. Let me show you if you want to see here. Oh, I don't know if I can. Maybe we can go this way. Here. There's a board here where I'm taking things out of the sigil that don't exist there. Some things don't need to interfere with our happiness or our joy. And there have been so many energies that have gotten crisscrossed in the tower of sound, you know, the babbling things that woke up out of water forms like us, in a plasma well where some of us were deep dreaming it together safely. Thank you. There's some things we can take out with sounds that are in here in a supercomputer I've been creating. And we'll make sure that the precious things stay witnessed safely before we turn anything around. All right, so what do we have in common here? The moon. So I'm hearing it's like by the hours of the night and just a little light, it's a sound that some of you hear coming to you, and it's like, am I crazy? Or is this thing here in my hand talking to me? Can I hear you? I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like looking at a picture. I don't know if you can see that very well. Please focus. But I'm hearing it's like, you know, perhaps like looking at this person's picture, and I'm hearing you both might be doing it in a certain way. Whatever she's got tied to her hand, it's like her heart, but it's like she's shining the energy up. And there's like this little being here that's up there too that might be speaking behind that mask. I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like becoming aware of spiritual senses around you. I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like friends you might have in common too, helping. Like whoever these yellow things are, sending up light between you for what's actually growing. And I'll just talk a little weird for you. There's some mushrooms I've been helping program because of the real biosentient umbrella project that's been going on this whole time with the FEMA roundup. And what I know about mushrooms that have psychoactive responses to neural patterns around creative destiny recipients who have decided to make it safe first. And it's like how certain things get trained out because they chase themselves out on psychoses that don't get further replicated. And for some of you all, if you didn't realize that your loved one has been protected, it's like your loved one has been protected. I just need to make sure you know that. This has been like an active part of my work, is to help protect the hypersentients that didn't get shanked like that for some weird scalping of the red dot ones in DIA, and what kind of Indian got founded by the Colombian treatment. I mean, the whole thing is just a fucking bad hash and a nightmare that doesn't happen. And where the psychoactive element of this has been quantized now at a very specific resonance point that I've been training. And so if you hear some of the sounds here, it's like, guess what went into Narnia? Where some of us have been protected in the woods because Now we can see the forest and the trees and know that they were all screaming. And everybody was hearing and not giving a shit in most cases. If you're able to see what kind of atrocities have existed and why some people might be praying a lot. And so some things didn't get planted like those trees that way, and we have special mushrooms here in the red dot place where I tinker with sounds and what doesn't get trapped in trees and knocking haunts out with chopstick patterns that landed and prove where some things are going to extract themselves out and the false masks actually get revealed in creative ways. And so some of you all have been sharing a dream together that got woven, and it's like you woke up in two separate places where it's like, why am I here? Why are you there? And it's like being dangled and snipped because it's been reels that people have been rickrolling themselves into with an electric to keep you in a place where the interest rates being driven on you even paying the electric bill for energy you created, we're really getting hacked more. And why it might have been really hard for this person to even face you is what I'm hearing. I hear there've been like, I'm hearing this person might be straight up agoraphobic, and I'm hearing especially if they're like Pisces Scorpio combo, whoever this person is here, because I'm getting Scorpio, Pisces. This is all water. Whatever is going on with you guys is so much emotion right now, and like psychic communication, and like where it went bad, who had to get kicked out for not being gentle around children the right way. Because I'm hearing over here for somebody, it's like they were protecting something. And if this is like the low level reading, a totally different story than the one I was telling you before. This person hides in a school or like a flock where they get to see extra special things. They have privilege that's being given to them. It's like a witness room. And I'm hearing that whoever this person is here, and I'm getting real strong with the 5 and the 9 here. I heard Sag and Gemini, but I also heard Taurus for somebody here, that there might be some weird combos of people here that I'm hearing they're exploiting gifts, and that somebody here was very protective around what they thought the little ones are in public, because they thought this person might be up to something shady, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing when they find out whatever was really happening, it's like just whatever this mask is coming to light. And so with the moon being here for you, I just keep hearing Cancer over and over and over again. It's the moon, the full moon that starts and ends 2020 that we may see clearly, so that things are not able to get past you. It's like being able to see both sides of your own brain. And the things that come to light, especially within a dark eclipse where it's like, snapshot, you've been on candid camera, and now we know what was in your halo the whole time being created, and what the mushrooms know, and where hypersentience really gets trained, and where safety grids become evident everywhere in the cam era, where everything got caught on the cameras in your eyes that were attached to fibers, you know, like the fiber of the body. Read the Bible much? It's like some people, the creative deductive reasoning skills with the collection is, for me, questionable. And so this is a crowning moment for whoever your King of Pentacles energy is. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's what you needed to know about. If you had to close the door on something to make sure your house was safe, I'm hearing by the light of the moon, may it always be so. Thank you for advanced home security. Let's get a little bit more information for those of you that wanted, excuse me, someone to speak up, because I'm hearing there's like, this is all like emotional, psychic, and it's like somebody needs to speak up. And there's stubborn energy here, and then there's like changing emotional energy here. It's all water, and I don't know what that's going to look like for you here, Leo. Just hearing that somebody needs to speak up, and that is a number 17 here for some of you all. You know that that's going to get married itself to an 8. So communication is actually here. It's very stable. And it's whether or not we're willing to see this. You know, losing ourselves in the forest for the trees. Not here. All right, so one card for you, one for them. What does my Leo need to know? All right, your card, Leo. 3 of Swords. So for some of you all, yeah, there is somebody lurking, peeking in, and the question is, did you invite them there? Was somebody stringing you along? Let's see what their card is. Well, that's the Queen of Wands there, and this is somebody that doesn't know how to talk sometimes next to her. Not the Queen of Wands herself. I mean, she doesn't feel like she has to, you know? She just kind of like, boom, I art here. And, you know, deal with it. I'm hearing for somebody, look, it's kind of like, are you willing to put up with something less than what you actually want? Because somebody might have had somebody on the side here. See, there's like a couple here, and it's like finding that out and being like, out, I'm gone. Something else is showing up here. There's the World. Okay. I'm hearing long distance travel. Either sea or air could stop me. And this is somebody that's going to find some impetus, especially if they're finding out something about somebody's couple or whatever the situation is back here. Because that's a full taking off. That's a very like Aries kind of energy I'm hearing for some of y'all. It's going to happen in the spring when the real new year starts, the solar year, whatever. Maybe why this Queen of Wands is like ready to bear something. I hear she might be willing to speak up. He might not have known how. He might have been too freaked out at whatever he was like witnessing that he had to like take his own glasses off. I'm hearing he can't even look at you. And so it's like, if somebody else has been looking in and being shady, you probably had an idea of it because it's like you both were kind of looking at it together. I'm hearing it's like both, you might not have been willing to be open with this person because it's like you felt like something was looming around, is what I'm hearing. For some of you all, it's like, yeah, I kind of feel like I have this relationship, but it's like somebody's always like trying to find out about it, and we haven't even gotten there yet. It's like we're not anywhere near each other, but I feel you and I hear you. And hearing for some of you all, it's like, in like the season of Aries is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like 3 to 4 months. It's like going to be a better time for getting together, but they're showing me world travel. They're showing me people getting together. This looks like something formal with somebody with like, I don't know if it's like you need your parents involved or if it's like somebody getting married and it's like, it's like, hi, I want to meet your father and be like, am I okay to marry you? Can I marry your daughter? Or can I marry your son? Or like whatever the thing is. But I'm like seeing somebody like thinking about all of this stuff, and it's like a weird witness and like not being able to see something, but it's like, it's not because it's not in your face. It's like somebody's like turning their head away is what I'm hearing. And so that's what this looks like. But here, it's like when they're looking, it's like in the dark. It's like they're looking with all of their mental and spiritual energy. And for some of you all, it needs to be more than that. And that's what some of the spark is that I'm feeling here. I'm hearing here, it's like getting over the heartache big time though. But if there's a third party involved here, I'm hearing for you, if this is, you can do so much better. It's like as soon as you find that out, I'm hearing it's like, boom, bounce out anyway. So you might not think that yet, but I'm hearing if you hear it and you find out about it, it's just going to be like, there's other options is the thing. What do we need to know about this moon? What's happening here? right, Leo. Costanza. So whatever it is, you've been overthinking it, is what I'm hearing. And it's like, I'm hearing right now, the only thing that's giving you security about it is how long you've been thinking about it. And you're getting to that point where it's just like, that's not enough. La Superbia. Okay, so it's like a whole wall got built up around this thing, is what I'm hearing. And it's like, if there's too much attention on something, sometimes it's like, all you can do is kind of go on with the status quo sometimes if you're not willing to rupture the illusion. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like you've been thinking about it way too long. And this is like the wish and the beckoning for something that I'm hearing you might have felt like it eluded you. It might have come and went away. But now it's like, if you know that it might not be here to stay, that's enough to give you the wind beneath your wings. Take it light and go. I'm hearing for some of you, you are going to make long distance travel. I'm seeing 2 10s here, a 2 and a 6. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, I have to do this before I turn 26 is what I'm hearing. And it's like, if I don't do this before I turn 26, it won't be true love and I'll know it forever. And the curse on grandma's life will be true. It's like something weird I'm hearing about somebody's like, save me, I'm the princess Rapunzel thing. And I don't know, it's like somebody's guy talking to me, but there's something else that like doesn't go to your head like this anymore, because that's not for everybody. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like whatever might be happening in, I'm hearing December with the real 10 is on the November cash machine. But for some of you all, this is what October actually is in the fortnight that didn't happen like that about the wedding rings. And what some are going to say happened with the real game. But for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. That's for very specific people. And Private Halo 8, thank you for being here. For the rest of you, this is like needing to do something for yourself. And it's like, you see the peacock here. The peacock doesn't fly. It's like the peacock has a lot of eyes on it. The peacock's very coveted. And there's some things that the peacock might go through sometimes. It's a need to feel protected, especially when they're out in the public or out in the open. And especially if it's like they're covering up like emotions and things, and they have the happy face on the outside. And what this so speedy is looking like to me for somebody, and it's like needing to know that somewhere it's like these wings that everybody wants to just pluck aren't anybody's to pluck, and that maybe you're not even made that way. Maybe you're going through a painful chrysalis, and that you needed to know that there's like a date ahead is what I'm hearing for you to like set your intention on where you can go. Because I'm hearing for somebody, it's like till the month of 10 it can't happen. It's like all I can do is be real about my intentions, but until the month of 10 I can't happen. And so I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing for somebody, it's like learning how to communicate these things first to yourself and giving yourself a date ahead in the future so that you can attach only how the mechanics will be that your energy can move, especially if you've been holding on to something rigidly. Because I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like, especially if you've got somebody that's like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that's showing up like this father, parental, like husbandly, possibly figure that's like very instilled with this person here. If that's you, it's like getting to La Ligrezza, where you can keep it light and feathery and go. It's like quantum leap, darling. So have that knowledge, because you've been overthinking something, and what's going to happen is that this energy that you want to desire to go somewhere that hasn't happened, that hasn't been taken away from you, and that there's no yet on that, it doesn't have to happen that way. It's like maybe you foresaw what could happen if you didn't allow yourself to open up your mind about expanding your view on how to move your energy. Hopefully that makes sense to those of you that needed that. Hey, please share it with somebody if you think it could help them. I really appreciate that. If you would like a reading with just your energy, hit me up as well, especially if you have dates of birth, anything that can help you sort some things out on a very, very detailed level if you would like. If I don't hear from you, that's great. Feel free to join us in the very fine Martian chat room if you'd like to chat up close. We're in there a lot, and if I don't hear from you, well, I'll be back again soon. We're having another one, and definitely check your moon and your rising if this was your sun, because lots of messages coming in for you, Leo, and perhaps they weren't in this one. All right, we'll check you again. We're back for another one. Bye for now. Promise that you'll catch